First thing you're gonna wanna do is find the pinch weld, put the jack on it, and start lifting up. Make sure you leave enough room for your jack stand, and then, oh shit, lower it slower than that onto the jack stand. And then I always keep the jack there just in case. Take off the lug nuts. Take off the hubcap cover and the wheel. Right here is how to check how much pad you have. That's how much you have on the inside one, and that's how much you have on the outside one. So you still have some decent on both sides. If it spins, that's good. That means the caliper's not binding up. So there's 4 bolts, but there's just 2 that hold on the pads, the piston, right here on the top and right here on the bottom. Then this should come right off. That's your piston. Empty that out. And in a perfect world, these pads should come right out. They're pretty tight, they're not moving. So that's why they gotta get lubed up. Since you don't wanna beat the pad up, I pull it on the edge here. But if that doesn't work, you can go on the inside if you have a plastic part like this. So the top came out pretty good, and then the bottom's stuck. So that means that that piece of metal is getting stuck in between those two, which is not good. You can see a lot of residue was caught there. Before you start grinding these down, the edge, that edge, and this edge, so that it slides easier, you want to take each of these off, just pop them out, and clean the part where that part goes. So this lube is disgusting, but it's supposed to be blue, and you just want to go into these spots. So basically wherever 2 metals connect, it's going to corrode, so I just put lube on all that and put them back on. Alright, since these are too thick to go in those slides, you grind them down just a little bit. Okay, since I grinded them down, I lubed them up as well, since it's new metal. Then it should go in just like that. It should slide right in super easily. It's a great example of why you need to grind it down. I don't know how, but it's too tight. This is how easy it should go in. Lube up the piston a little bit, because that's going to make contact with the back of the pad. You can even do the back of the pad if you wanted. Then you want to put your piston spreader on. Squeeze it open. As long as the piston goes in very smoothly, the caliper is not a concern. And since it's wide open, you just slide that back on right over there. Put the 2 bolts in. Some of these bolts are slide pin bolts or something like that, and they move like this. So you want to lube that up as well. Once that's back on, put the tire, hubcap, lug nuts, and you're done. And then instead of just putting this in there and tightening it down, you want to thread it a little bit on the bolt so that it doesn't strip it if it's not threaded correctly. Lastly, you want the right torque wrench. This is 100. Trucks are like 120 or 150, but you just want to make sure you have this torque wrench on so you don't over tighten them or loosen them. And then tighten them down in a star pattern just so that it's tightened down evenly. So boom, 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 boom. Once again, go over them twice.